Well then, good morning. It's Richie from the Mac and Cubby channel. And as you can tell, I am over the moon today. I'm so buzzing, man. What a game last night. What a roller coaster of emotions again from Sunderland. I mean, Sunderland like to do this to us as fans, don't they? Just put us through the mill and all of a sudden, bam, we're there. So we are going to Wembley and I'm over the moon, man. Absolutely buzzing. It hasn't quite sunk in yet at the minute, to be honest. I couldn't sink it in last night either. Obviously, I was dog tired last night as well, and I was trying to bring all these emotions through and just seeing how I feel, and I couldn't sleep last night. It was just going through my head and head over and over and over again. I mean, Sunderland love doing this to it, like I said. I mean, oh God. So from the start of the playoffs, right? And I can get people to back me up on saying this, but I said from the start of the playoffs, this is our time. We are going to get promoted this season, right? And there might be one or two of you thinking out there saying, "Oh, steady your horses," you know what I mean? We've got the final to go, and it's going to be a tough game against Sheffield United. Yeah, it is definitely, but I still believe inside of me, right? I still believe this is our time to get promoted back to the big time because it's just something magic at the minute about Sunderland. It's just something, you know what I mean? I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it, but just everything feels right. We feel like we've got the right team. We're in a good place at the minute. You know what I mean? Why can't we get back to the Premier League? Even, you know what I mean? Even if, like, I'm again thinking further ahead, but even if we get smashed every week in the Premier League, at least we've got there. You know what I mean? We've got there back in it again. And what an opportunity this is now to get back to the Premier League. The emotions last night. I mean, going from like, oh my god, what is going on here? It was drab, it was drab, it was drab. It was awful to watch at times, man. But as always, Sunderland again, leaving it to the last minute. And what a goal it was by Dan Ballard. He gave everything again. Over these two legs against Coventry, he has been by far our best player. And for me, he's captain material for this club. Look at what it meant to him last night. Look at the passion that he gave, and look at the drive that Dan Ballard had. He was a rock again at the back. There was a few players again last night. I mean, they all stuck in. You know what I mean? You could see they were a team, they were connected, they were together. One or two players were maybe a little bit quiet, the likes of Wilson Ease though. Paddy Roberts struggled a little bit in that game, but everybody else, what a shift to put in. What an absolutely fantastic performance in the end. You know what I mean? It's just going on to the performance, right? So I'm sorry to get down to a little bit of nitty gritty negativity here, right? But it's got to be said. We were terrible, right? From the kick-off, we were terrible. I said to Cabby on my last show, I said, from kick-off, we're just going to sit back and defend. Because I think in Regis's mind, sorry, we all sort of like starting to understand his tactics a little bit at the minute, aren't we? So we're kind of understanding the way he plays. He's very much like a defensive coach. Somebody in the chat last night as well put he's very similar to Gareth Southgate, and yeah, he is, but that was his plan, and I knew that was going to be his plan as well. What he was trying to do, in my eyes, last night, and anyway, was just let Coventry have the ball, let them burn themselves out a little bit. They were pressing, were constantly under pressure, and I think he just wanted them to get a little bit leggy later on in the game, so then we, you know what I mean, we can push on and maybe try and nick a goal or whatever. But I could see that game plan happening from minute one, and I was proven right because that's exactly what he did. But, right, I don't mind sitting behind the ball, you know, holding on to a lead, especially in sort of like these types of games. If it was a league game, I wouldn't be happy, but I can understand why he was doing it. But what I will say about that is yes, I don't mind we're doing that and maybe sitting in the mid block trying to hit them on the counter. You know what I mean? We've got the pace in the team. We've got Isidore and we had Mayendo top again last night. So we've got the pace there and we've got the ability to do it. But what ended up happening last night is we sat deeper and deeper and deeper, and pretty much like we near enough we had every single player near our sort of like 18-yard box at one point, more than one or two occasions. You know what I mean? We were sitting back quite a lot and it was really deep. And we just invited Coventry to come on, and we said, yeah, come on, come and have a go, see what you can do. And it was just, oh God, it was so drab to watch, wasn't it? It was awful to watch, and it was just so frustrating, and the anger was building, the frustration you could sense in the stadium as well, what the fans were thinking. But it was a dangerous game he was playing last night, mind. Because I tell you something, all Coventry needed to do was put one or two of those chances away and it was game over for. But Dan Ballard, what a performance defensively. Even Trey Hume last night, Trey Hume was fantastic as well. Getting in those tackles, he was making sure they didn't get the balls into the box, you know what I mean? We were getting the ball out. He was just defensively just solid, right? Dan Ballard was solid defensively last night. If it wasn't for him on the pitch, in my opinion, it would have been game over. Like I've said, Coventry would have nicked a goal or two, right? But I don't want to dwell on the negativity too much, right? Because we've been waiting this for a long time as fans, haven't we? I mean, from where we've come from, getting relegated from the big time, relegated to the Championship, League One, we couldn't get out of League One. It was so bad for years, the pain, the hurt, everything that we endured as fans and what the club went through with the players and the managers that we had at the time, you know what I mean? We just couldn't get it right. But what I said last night is, things seem very good at the minute and seem very settled at the club, you know what I mean? We're as much as we like to all hate the owners and the backroom staff, board members and everything, but it's very settled in my eyes, you know what I mean? Maybe a few decisions here and there in the transfer market, maybe we could have done better, but let's be honest, right? It is settled as much as it has been for these past few years. I think in Regis as well, there's some of his tactics I am not keen on, right? This whole sitting back thing in games, I'm not keen on that, but let's be honest, right? He's a first season in our club, right? He's done unbelievable for us. I think we've got the right coach. I think we've got the right plan going forward as well, right? It's just these negative tactics I'm a little bit worried about buying, but he's doing a fantastic job, and you can see some of the players as well are respecting him as well about the way they're talking about him, you know. I'm just over the moon. I'm so happy. He got it right last night. Apart from these negative tactics, but he did get it right, let's be honest, yeah, right? So anyway, match finished, 90 minutes, we're going to extra time. First half extra time, we bring Romain Mundle on, and what a difference he brought to the pitch. What a difference. We were going forward more, we were looking so confident, we were attacking, we were putting them under pressure as well, and I thought, where's this been all game? Where has it been? I was doing my nut last night because, excuse me, I thought Romain Mundle should have been brought on a lot sooner than what he was, right? I thought you might have brought him on about the 80th minute, something like that. Just let him go out and see what we can pick up at the end of the game, you know what I mean, before we go into extra time. But he didn't. He did make that change until in the extra time, I believe. But yeah, what a difference he made coming on that pitch, and what a focal point for our attack as well. Every player going forward looked more positive, they looked a bit more sort of like switched on, you know what I mean? And we all of a sudden, extra time, we were a different team. When I seen that start playing last night, I thought, hold on a minute, we might get something here at the very death, right? And then obviously we got the corner, the fee whips and a beautiful ball into the box. Dan Ballard, what a header! I mean, look at the way he had to stretch down to get his head onto that ball and hit off the other side of the bar, bang into there. Game over then, there and then. It was the end of extra time. There's no way I was confident going into penalties either. I did not want penalties. We are not creative penalties, and I know there's a chance we might have won, but I truly believe in my own heart that I don't think we would have won on penalties, and it would have been horrible, and it would have been just a horrible end for her, right? But anyway, we didn't, right? We won in extra time, and I just can't see it. I've been a Sunderland supporter for all my life, right? I've been there. I've been through the brilliant times in the Premier League. You know, 10 years in the Premier League. I've been to the matches where we've beaten Newcastle, you know what I mean? And, you know, 6 in a row games, you know. I've experienced all the highs with our club. But then I've also experienced all the lows as well. And just at some points, I didn't really fall out with the club, but at times I just thought, are we gonna get back to where we were? You know what I mean? It was just a bad time, but look where we are now, right? We've got an opportunity to get back in the Premier League, and I tell you something, right? I think, and I'm not deluded by saying this, but I think we are going to beat Sheffield United in the final. I think Sheffield United, right, have got all the pressure on them. They're going to be the ones that are going to be under pressure going into that game. And they know what we can do, right? We've got passion and drive, and we don't give up till the very end. And I think, again, if I was a Sheffield United fan looking at the way we've played over 2 legs at Coventry, yes, it hasn't been pretty football. Okay, it hasn't. Let's be honest. But we've come out and we've won. We've got the passion and drive. Have Sheffield United got that? That's what I want to know. All their fans will be saying, yeah, we have. But deep down, I think they're going to be worried about us. I really do believe they're going to be worried about us. Anyway, that's another story to sort of like talk about at a later date. Right now, I'm just going to enjoy this. I'm just going to enjoy the relief that we've got through these 2 legs against our nemesis. It's crazy how we've broke the records as well. Well, you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Everything just feels like it's quite special, and it feels like it's falling into place at the minute for it. I'm just so happy. Well done to the lads. Well done to the club. And I tell you what, well done to every single supporter that was there last night at the ground. What a scene you guys put on. Welcoming the team coming into the ground. The atmosphere in the ground, it was packed. It was the best I've ever seen the stadium like for a long time. I was a little bit gutted I couldn't make the match, unfortunately, last night. I really, really wish I could have made it. Obviously, I would do anything to get to the games, but it just felt like I couldn't get to the game, and I was absolutely devastated I wasn't there last night, let's be honest. But I was also, in a way, just, I don't know whether I could have went through all that emotion in the stadium. It would have drove you even worse, but what would have been like being at the end there, man? What a buzz that looked. What an absolute brilliant atmosphere. Singing at the end, the players were out, they were jumping, they were buzzing. We're just seeing the raw Sunderland last night, and we seen what it meant to every single one of us and what it meant to the club as well. So a massive, massive well done, you guys. Well done, and thank you very much for putting smiles on our faces again. There's so much more I could go into, and so much, more I could think. I just wanted to get this out there. I'm just so happy and well done. And I hope every single one of you guys out there have got big smiles on your face now. Bring on the 24th of May, because I tell you what, we're going to be there in numbers in Wembley again, right? And we're all going to be behind the lads. And I'm sure the lads are going to be well up for this now, right? And I don't want to hear any of this negative stuff, right? Everybody has an opinion, right? Everybody does. Everybody can say what they like, but I don't want to hear any negative stuff saying, what's the point in going up? We're going to get hammered every single week in the Premier League, da-di-da-di-da. You don't understand what it can do for our club. I mean, winning the playoff final alone, I might be wrong in saying this, but I'm sure it's about £200 million, man. 200 million to bring into our club. And even if we do get relegated from the Premier League next season, man, we're going to have parachute payments. It's all positive. All positive stuff for us moving forward. And we're going to get back to where we belong eventually, and we're going to be an established Premier League club yet again. Right? We are. We've got it now. We're back. We've been through the hardest of times. But now we are here. The mighty Sunderland. We're back. I'm just so happy. And there's so much more I could say, so much more I can ramble on about, and this and that, and bring little bits up here and there, but I'm going to leave it at that. We are, I believe, doing a show tonight as well. So it would be great to hear some of you guys' opinions as well. I think we're doing it between 8 and 9 tonight as well, so tune in if you want to have your opinion. It would be great to hear what everybody else is thinking and how you're feeling. So anyway, have an absolutely fantastic Wednesday today, right? And just keep those smiles on your faces. Honestly, enjoy every single minute of this now and bring them on. Hooah!